Yo, 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 yiggity yo. Welcome to the Self Care Bear Club. I'm Care, your host, your friend, your biggest fan, and I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you do your jam, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here. Maybe I would. Maybe I would, because these conversations, if you don't already know or need a little friendly reminder, are just my experience, right? That's all it is. And it's a lot, in my opinion. But I sit here and I have these conversations with you, for me, for us, literally, not just for me. But I want to remind us right away that I'm never telling you what to do. I'm not giving you advice. It's all about tuning in to you, right? The self-care bear club, B-A-R-E, bare your soul. So you got to bare your soul and get real comfortable learning yourself and being your best friend to like figure out what it is you need. So today, all that to say, we're talking about saying no. Just say no, and how that can equal the biggest yes, right? Are you a yes person? Do you say yes to everything? I love Yes Man, the movie, if you haven't seen it. It's a great idea because lots of us just say no all the time, and that's not saying yes in that context. Anyways, I digress. The purpose we're talking about today, your no equaling your yes, is for the purple people eaters out there, for the people pleasers out there, the empaths, the care bears. You know who you are, and it's you. So stay with me here. We're learning to say no. And sometimes that's way bigger than any yes you could give, right? Because we're used to giving, we're used to saying yes, we're used to sacrificing ourselves quite frequently. And it's a thing that you can do unconsciously for a long time. And then there was like this 5 years where I was like super conscious of it, but I was just feeding it, right? I just was like powerless to it. And I was like, I'm an empath, I'm magical, I'm this. All true things, but the truth of me having to feed that story and quite frankly a story of like victimhood of it, like things were happening to me, right? Like I can't manage everybody's energy, so it's just gonna come at me all the time. No, 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 no. That's not what we're doing. We're not in charge of managing anybody else's emotions but our own. Do I still feel every fucking thing that's happening in every single room I ever enter? Yeah. And that shit's powerful. But I don't attach myself to it. I don't see you coming all insecure and stuff and like be like, it's not mine to feel, it's yours. So, this is how saying no is some of our biggest yeses. Again, for the empaths, the self-care folks. Yeah, it's just really good for you. And we're practicing. I am not super great at this. I just had a friend with a conversation. I just had a conversation with a friend about this. And there's lots of instances in my life right now where, as law of attraction works, right, I'm being called to say no, and without any explanation. That's like a new layer. But if you need to explain yourself for now, that's fine. Just say no. Start saying no if that's like a new concept to you. I'm at the place where I need to just say no and say it confidently and not explain myself, right? Now, if you got homies and you want to explain like why you're not coming over today, like cool, like that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about to every single person in our circle, to people that quite frankly don't deserve it, to people that maybe we don't even know that well, right? Us empaths, we want to connect. We want to like our connections, our relationships are it, right? We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want anybody to feel anything negative that we've ever felt. Basically, that's how it is when I talk to people. I'm like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And we're learning that they are going to feel however they're going to feel. And if you tiptoe around your life and make it about them and not you, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be sad. You're going to be unhappy. Yes? So saying no prioritizes your personal needs. It just literally makes you, like, literally gives you more time. So more time to take care of your health, more time to eat well, more time to exercise, more time for the people you do love, more time to hang out by your fucking self, more time to rest, do absolutely nothing. Whatever it is that you want to spend doing your time, I promise it's okay. It's okay. You have to give yourself permission to stop running around like a fucking chicken with its head cutting off. Articulation today. Sorry, y'all. Cut off and slow down and be friends with yourself. Make friends with yourself, right? Treat yourself as if you were your own best friend. That's what we do in the Self-Care Bear Club. You are your own best friend. So you wouldn't sit in front of your best friend and tell them, oh yeah, go hang out with that stupid person that you can't stop talking poorly about. Like, go hang out with that person that drains your energy. Like, you wouldn't say that to them. But here you are. Discernment is part of this equation, but we'll get to that later. This saying no is a part of setting boundaries, right? Lots of y'all, like young folk, probably already know about that, and maybe you're really good at this, so good. Saying no is setting boundaries, right? It's just no. Isn't that so powerful? And that's no, thank you. I'm great with manners. Like, we don't have to let that part of society go. I really like that part of society, actually. When it's genuine, right? It's part of setting boundaries. So like, if you say yes every single time somebody asks you something, even if it's your mom, love you mom, even if it's, you know, your person, your husband, your wife, if it's your kids, right? You all know those parents that just said yes to fucking everything and their kids are going batshit crazy. Like, we gotta say no and not feel, it's the feeling behind it. So I'm working on the feeling behind it when I say it, right? Because I've been saying it and it's gonna be weird at first if it's not something you're used to, just like anything. It's not gonna feel super comfortable. But as you practice and as you start explaining yourself less and less and less, it'll start just being a part of your daily life like any habit does. Now, this isn't saying like say no to everything that doesn't necessarily, like, you know, like, okay, for example, my mom, I was talking about disappointing people the other day, and the point is you have to disappoint everybody a zillion times. Like, that's the lesson in life. Like, you have to disappoint people so much that you're living your highest self. And in turn, I said on my morning messages, if you follow me on Instagram, thank you. It was like, in turn, you won't disappoint them at all. Literally, that's what I've learned. You literally won't disappoint them at all because you'll be living from such this high vibration energy that they may not understand things all the time, and you might actually like disappoint them a little bit. But they get it. Like, they see it, right? They feel your energy when you're around. And then you can give them more quality time, and you're just gonna be a better person. You're gonna be a better person. You're gonna be the you want to be and you can be. And so back to the example, my mom was like, does this mean you're not coming to my birthday party? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, whoa. Okay. So if you're thinking like this is big things, like, oh, I can just skip out on life here and not do anything I ever don't want to do. You can be that person and never do anything you don't want to do. Not saying I don't want to go to my mom's birthday party. But that's how she took that message somehow. And it wasn't like, that wasn't it, especially at this stage of my life. Like, I've disappointed people pretty on like grand scales before. So sorry, I love you all. I really do. That's where I was at life, right? In life. But like right now, it's just like the simple act of like saying no to like, okay, you asked me to go to the mall today, and my gut instinct, my gut, not my head, my gut instinct is just like, nope. But then I'm like, oh, well, she's my friend, and oh, I haven't seen her in a while, and oh, when am I gonna have time for her again? But my gut was instantly like, nope, for whatever reason. It doesn't have to have a reason. Just like you don't have to have a reason when you text back or call back and say, nope. But your brain wants to like make this a whole problem and like make it a whole solution. And then you want to be there for your friend naturally. But every time you say yes, that is a no for you. So no equals yes, yes equals no. Is this tracking? So don't skip out on life. Don't be like, oh, okay, she said, I can say no to everybody and everything. And there might be a phase that you do that as well, and that's okay. But if it's part of your values, we've got to get clear on our yes. We got to get very clear on our yes, so that when we say no, it's not just simply to say no, it's because it doesn't align with our values. So one of my values is family. And I've been trying to lean into that because, we all got family stuff or whatever and we want to make excuses and we all got busy lives. That's awesome. And when I say that, I don't always feel like I embody it, right? I'm thinking of a family that I'm going to form in the future. But how does that not apply right now? Like if I'm not living it now, how will it come to fruition, right? So I'm not saying skip your mom's birthday party. Mom, I'm coming. We're partying. I'm just saying, like, if she, I don't know, in normal conversations, like just saying your truth, even when it hurts, even when it's awkward, even when it like disagrees with everybody else. I'm just so the person that sits and stays quiet, and that's totally cool. Like that worked for me for a long time. But now when I am reemerging into this world where people dig my energy, lots of people want to hang out with me, people want to have conversations, and I'm just to the point where we've talked about this. I can't talk about the weather and how much you hate it right now. I'm just like, fuck you. I love the weather, right? That's what I'm talking about. And if you're like, this is such a silly conversation, I know. I've been just like not speaking my truth for a long time. So saying no is what we're practicing. And it's empowering. It really is. It's going to be hard when you're saying no again to somebody you really care about and you really love. Even if it is a simple like, no, I can come to your birthday party, but I'm not doing this whole thing, all these other things. You get invited to a Super Bowl party and you don't want to go. You don't have to go. I heard so many people that are like again, this is stuff we're talking about out here, y'all. So many people are like, oh, I don't really want to go, but da 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 da. That's wishy-washy energy, okay? So there's no empowerment in wishy-washy energy. The universe doesn't hear what you say. It responds to clarity. So when you say no to people, places, things that do not align with your values, fitness, family, honesty, truth, fun, honesty, truth. So if I'm saying yes to something that my gut instantly said no to, that's gonna feel icky especially over time. Now, I'm at the point where I can go and do these things, and I still go do these things because it's all lessons, right? And then I can feel like, okay, that wasn't where exactly I wanted to be, but exactly where I am. So I make the most of that situation and have fun. But when we are dissecting our hearts, our brains, and if they are in alignment, that's really important information. Because if you're saying yes to things that you don't care about anymore, this is going to change all the time, right, too? So that's, again, the clarity of you checking in and knowing yourself and learning your values. I didn't know my values for a long time. Nobody in school told me, like, yeah, write down your values. If you have children and you haven't already instilled values in them, do so right now. Like, give them 5 ones that you think are good, or let them choose their own. Give them a list. That's kind of cool. You don't have space for what you do want. So let's give another example here. My examples today were terrible. So if you're still with me, love you so much. If you're not, that's cool too. You can't ask the universe for a kind, loving, loyal, rich husband and be hanging out with a dusty boy. Because what you're saying is, I want this, this, and this. But then when you're accepting this thing that's not that, the universe is like, oh, she's cool with this, so we're going to keep giving her that, right? We're going to keep giving her these lessons. And it's a direct reflection of where you're at on the inside too. So I'm not hating on dusty men out here, but it's because you're not saying no. It's literally because you're not saying no. You're like, oh, I'll give him a chance. Like, we need to go, like, try different people. No, when I see my man on the street, like, I'm gonna know. We're gonna know. I'm waiting for you, bro. Like, don't come too soon though. But like, we're gonna know, okay? I've been on a few dates recently, and it's like, cool. I'm not mad about it. But again, when I thought back about it and did my little jam, I was like, yeah, I knew that in my gut. And again, it doesn't have to be serious. You can still go on your dates. Like, your man's still coming for you. Just how quickly do you want to get to your dream life? Because the more you say no to the shit that you absolutely, let's say that, you absolutely feel is not for you, then the quicker you're going to get there. And I like renege on some of these things, right? Like, we've went back and forth with alcohol. We've went on so many different layers with like junk food, no junk food. Like, my whole jam is about unconditional love, right? So saying no unconditionally, saying yes unconditionally. I want zero restrictions. And so there's been so many levels in my values and what actually matters, right? And so that's like a whole nother layer that I don't even know how to explain to you. But for today, remember that you just simply start saying no. When your heart says no, just send a quick no thank you. This is a good one. I know there's a bunch of other podcasts about this, so go listen to them while they articulate a little bit better, and come back to me in a couple weeks or a few years, and I'll have it more articulate for you. But this is real, man. We're vibing in real time. We're healing in real time together. And again, if you hear me talk about the layers and you're like, what the fuck does she mean? Like, it's never ending. It's never ending. So we probably already had this conversation, and we're going to have it again, like I just said, because there's a whole new vibration to work through. Not work, you're doing it. Live through, experience. Experience your no's with as much passion as you can say yes. Can we like do that? Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Homework for next time. Saying no with as much confidence as you say yes. No explanations. Maybe a few. You cannot find your tribe when you are not being fully you. So we can just, when I talk about yes and no, let's just think of it again as authentic as we can feel in the present moment. As authentic as you can feel in the present moment. And like knowing yourself and taking the time to like, because like you're instantly like, if I don't want you to overthink this, so I'm like backtracking here, but everything you do is okay. Remember, that's our biggest mantra recently. But in the moment, if you naturally say yes, and then it feels right, cool. You're going to talk to your best friends and shit and your mom, and you're going to say yes, like naturally. And that's who you are. That's going to feel good, right? But if it doesn't feel good, like if you find yourself overthinking it, that's it. That's the ticket. If you find yourself marinating over anything for too long, that might be the sign. That might be what you're listening for, right? And again, if it's something that you know is just mental, like we're programmed to be crazy fucking bitches out here, like then work with that. And again, drop down into your gut. But if you're feeling it down here after some percolation, we have to say no with as much confidence as we do yes. And as a recipient of no, that's a big one. I don't like when people tell me no. As a recipient of no, like that's a whole nother part of it, right? When somebody says no to you, how can we step back and just like let that happen if we have a fear of rejection, right? And we have all this stuff. Again, start with less serious stuff, like your friend doesn't want to hang out. We don't care about that in 2026, right? At least my generation, my friends were all like, please text me, tell you how you feel. Like, to a certain extent, you also want to be a person that fucking shows up. This world is a paradox. It's confusing, but it's not. You feel me? I don't even know what I was fucking saying. My God, y'all. Say no. Say no with your chest. Say yes with your chest. Oh, and receive no. Receive no. If we're going to be the people that want to say it how it is, for me, this is we can only like let everybody else have their experiences too, right? And remember, they're just trying to do what's best for them. So very difficult practice to release attachment, right? And hear no from, again, especially the people in your close circle. How are we going to do it, y'all? How are we going to do it? We're going to giddy up, and we're going to remember that if we do not say no when it feels absolutely like we need to, then we don't prioritize ourselves. We're going to feel mentally burned out, emotionally burned out, physically burned out, all the burned out. We're going to feel disempowered. Nobody wants that. When you say no to people, places, situations, experiences, dates, ideas that don't serve you, you being love, light, and everything that is right, your purpose, your values, then you have no room for all the stuff you've been growing into. So, what is one thing that you know in the back of your mind just like hasn't been serving you recently, like to your core, that you could say no to? Could be little, could be big, could be a person. Could be a person. I love you so much. Remember, whatever you do out there is A-okay with me. So I hope you're learning that it's A-okay for you too. We're killing it. We got to go Super Bowl. You don't have to go Super Bowl. That's something I've actually been saying no to. Unconsciously, not subconsciously, unconsciously. So where you surround yourself, your habits will naturally try to change. There's nothing wrong with football. I love it. I still watch it. I would still love to watch it. But I've just naturally been doing other things and saying yes to other things. So that's another conversation. But go football! I'm a bandwagon fan if you can't tell. So my mommy got me this. Thanks, Mom. Her birthday is March 9th. So tell her you said happy birthday. Pisces season is almost upon us, friends. Anyways, stay real, stay you, stay beautiful, and until next time, friends, give yourself a big old bear hug. I hope I see you in the next episode. I love you so much. Bye-bye for now. Oh, bye.